Welcome back to your second Saturday installment. The topic for this one is clearly on the screen. It's revolving around the FTD data for AMC. Again, that is the failure to deliver. Now, I said that we were going to speak about this at some point yesterday. We didn't get onto it, so we're going to discuss it now, because we have seen a massive spike in FTD data for the most recent recorded dates. So the data that we have here is coming from Stocksera if you wanted the source, and you can see it goes up to the 30th of last month. We can see all the dates prior to that, and we can see the failure to deliver in both number, but also in the price point that we were at, and also in the dollar value of that, I believe, and the T plus 35 date as well. Now, a lot of people are getting hyped up about these figures because failure to delivers really haven't been this high for a long time. I mean, the last time that we saw them anywhere remotely this high, according to the Stocksera data, was back in the period between, I would say, February and coming up to May/June of 2021, and we all remember what happened in that time period. We had this flat, repressed action where nothing really happened for a long time, and then we saw this massive kaboom, and at that exact point we saw the failure to delivers really rise in correspondence to this. And there's this correlation between the pattern which a lot of people are looking at and getting very excited about. Now, key things to note again, what we have here so far is the data from the period of June. We can see all of June, but we can't see anything of July. So the data is a little bit behind where we are right now, being as today is the 16th, and of course the 15th was our last trading day. So this should be used as nothing more than an indication as to what's going on, but yeah, we've not really seen FTDs in this quantity ever before, and you know, there's two ways to look at this. I do want to look at either, or rather both, scopes on it, because I think both are very important. The first and most important to me is the simple fact of the matter: how can this happen? We've seen failure to deliver figures, again, unlike anything that we have seen before in AMC, but equally, stuff like this doesn't really happen in the general market. Again, look at the price relative, look at the prior figures relative, and you have to ask yourself why. What are they trying to avoid? So that's the one angle. Again, just to summarize that one, what I'm trying to say is, where is the enforcement? What is going on here? And how is this allowed to continue? And the second angle is, of course, well, what does this actually mean? Are they in another dire mess? Again, we know that they have been for a while anyway, but they come into this absolute last step of it, and we're going to see another breakout in price action, and we're going to see a massive explosion. Now, I'm not one necessarily to, believe or dismiss the theory of a big explosion coming next week, next month, anything like that, but it has to be said, AMC's price is in a point now where it's been basically trading flat. Yes, the past month has brought us a bit of green action. Realistically, it's about, if we can highlight, about 22%, again, not bad, but considering where we are in the grand scheme, you can see on the 3-month, perhaps even on the 6-month chart a bit better. The past couple months from, I would say, mid-May all the way to June into July, it's been relatively flat. In fact, you could argue that the full 6-month chart has been very flat when we look at the whole thing. Again, starting below 20 on the 6-month and looking like we're still below 20 to the more recent period. Again, we had that break up to 30/34 at the high, but that really wasn't too exciting in the context of what we have seen in the past. So I think trend-wise, we would be looking for a breakout anyway, but I wouldn't necessarily look to the failure to deliver data to be a direct indication of that. But regardless, yes, it is exciting, but it is also preposterous. How on earth is this allowed to be so high? Again, where is the enforcement, and more importantly, what is the reason for the failure to delivers being this high? Again, records that we haven't really seen for a long time, if ever. It's quite astonishing and mystifying that this is allowed to go on without anybody in the SEC or the like at least looking to anything, or at least indicating that they are looking to anything. I think it just shows, again, as a lot of people say, how complicit they may be in the whole process. But that's it for this one, guys. I just wanted to make sure that I could share this data with you. Hope it was useful. If you enjoyed it, of course, subscribe, but I will be back with you later for more stuff.